Hey, good morning, fish family. It's about 8 o'clock in the morning. Just wanted to show you a quick update. Yesterday we got the stand brought in. I put one tank in just to test. Got a hose ran down from the bulkhead into the drain line. Painted the drain line the same color as the walls and the stand. Went ahead and did that. I still got a little more painting to do around the bottom. I just gotta get down on my hands and knees and trim it out real nice without getting it all over the floor. But everything else is painted. And yeah, this is just a dirty tank. I'm actually gonna take it back down and clean it out. This was just a test fit. Worked out really well. It's flush on the front and the back. Worked out really nicely. See if you can see it from here. It's still kind of dark, but let's see if I can zoom in there. There's the bulkhead there, and with the drain line coming out, and it wound up being a very nice gap. There's still, a few inches between the wall and the bulkhead with the way it worked out. The drain line just goes down straight into the hole we drilled, or I drilled anyway. And I tried to make it to where the holes I drilled in the line, the flexible tubing is kind of snug inside the hole, so it doesn't just fall out very easily. So I got a couple of rolls of the tubing that goes from the tanks to the bottom. Today I'm gonna most likely I'll fill this top roll full of 29s. I have several. I already cut the bulkhead out and painted the backs already. They're outside. I still need to install the bulkheads on them. And then I clean them out, just do one final cleaning, and I'll get this top roll filled in with 20 longs. That way I don't have to reach up so high to get into them, and get the air lines and sponge filters hooked in. And I'll probably work on the hooking in the lights today at some point if I have time. We'll just see how the day goes. I have to go to town and do a few things. I'll show y'all on another episode how the sump pump works. But anyway, I'm going to get back to it, and I'll show y'all a few steps later. Hey guys, welcome back. I just wanted to show you real quick how I built this particular wooden stand, just in case you were wondering. I was in such a hurry to get this thing done when I was building it that I just didn't take time to record it. I kind of struggle honestly between like what I should record and what I shouldn't, and I just feel like certain processes just seem like it takes so long, and I don't want to make my videos crazy long. But anyway, I'll find the fine line eventually. But here's the stand. It's a 3-layered stand. I basically tried to mimic this metal stand I have here, about the same height, because I'm going to be butting this metal stand here right up against this one here. So it'll be against the wall right here. But so what I do for my stands like this to hold a bunch of weight, the cross beams that the tanks actually sit on run all the way through from one end to another, so it doesn't stop. I'm sorry if it gets a little blurry. I think the camera's having a little bit of trouble with this, the black paint. But anyway, so I run it through, and then it'll be easier to show you down here. Every board that goes across that the tanks sit on are actually supported, have a full 2x4 under it all the way through. And this is the next one, setting on another 2x4. And it's actually even all the way down to the floor. So the bottom row tanks is on the floor flush with this outside one, and this outside beam here is just a support beam basically to hold everything together, and it brings the support beams to the outside of the stand all together, which will keep it from swaying as bad. I added in extra supports here just to lock it in together to keep the swaying from happening. On each level it's like that. I have a few more boards here I cut that I may add in, like in between tanks, and that'll be more support just to keep it from swaying back and forth. But I really think the way I built it, like I show you again, it's setting on a 2x4, runs through, that's setting on the next shelf, that's setting on another 2x4 that runs all the way through and lands on the bottom row. So none of this is held by screws, basically, or it's all held by screws, but none of the weight is actually putting force on the screws this way. So you never have to worry about screws breaking with too much weight. I believe one screw, I'd have to look it up, I don't want to get it wrong, but I believe one screw is only rated to hold about 50 pounds. And the stand like this holding 18 tanks is going to weigh quite a bit when water is 7 to 8 pounds a gallon. So do the math. Be 30-gallon tanks basically on the first two rolls and 20-gallon tanks up top. So yeah, there's quite a bit of weight on this stand, but again, nothing is going to be on the screws as far as weight. It's all going to be ran through the wood. Highly recommend you look into doing a stand like this or something similar, to where when you have all the weight on the racks, it's not actually putting the force on the screws. I need to cut these screws off. They came through a little bit that I screwed in from here. But overall, very pleased with this style of stand. I got a lot of this tips from watching other YouTubers and just getting an idea of how to do it. And really think this will work out well. I've got other wooden stands that I've built that aren't near as structurally supported as that. So another way I do it, I don't know if it'll pick it up, but this is a 2x4 here, and I literally cut a notch out of the 2x4 for the roll, for the rack part to slide in, so the weight's never on the screws as well. So I don't know sorry if it's really blurry there, but yeah, I just notch out the 2x4 that goes up. That's how I did that one, and that's how I did this one as well. So these are 20 longs on here, and I just have 2x4 coming straight across that I notched into the other 2x4. So again, none of the weight is on the screws itself, and the wood goes all the way to the floor. So alright guys, if you have any more questions, I can do some more details on it, but fairly simple, all held in by screws, and a really good, strong, sturdy system. I could put thousands of pounds on this now and not worry about it. But anyway, I'm going to jump off here. I'm going to start on the day and try to get as much done as I can. Appreciate you watching. Later.